Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to on this digital platform. Today, I am discussing another important topic, that is structure of chromosomes. So first of all, beta, as we have studied during the class of mitosis and meiosis, we also study something about these particular chromosomes. So first of all, the thing is that what do you mean by beta chromosomes? So if you are talking about the chromosomes, so you can say that the chromosomes beta, these are the structures which act as hereditary vehicles. This one given by two important scientists, that is the Sutton and Bowry, and who provided an important theory, that is the chromosomal theory of inheritance. It means the inheritance or the traits which are transferred from one generation to another generation, these are due to by these particular structures which are named as chromosome. So first of all beta, come on to the some of the historical events which are associated with this particular structure, that is the chromosome. So first of all, these structures, they are beta first seen by Hofmeister in 1848 in the microsporocytes of Tradescantia. So actually they were working on an important plant that is named as Tradescantia. In that particular plant, or in plants particularly the microsporocytes, when they are studying these microsporocytes, they better see such type of structures which are named as chromosome. So the credit for seeing these particular structure, that is goes to the Hofmeister. After that, W. Fleming in 1879, they coined the terms for these fiber-like structure, that is the chromatin. So they used this particular term that is named as chromatin. And finally in 1898, E. Waldeyer, they provide the term beta, that is the chromosome. So the name chromosome, that is given by an importance, that is given by one of the scientists, that is E. Waldeyer. So they proposed this particular term, that is the chromosomes. So first of all, if you are talking about the structure, then you know that these particular actually beta, these chromosomes, they are existing into the different forms. They are existing in the different form. So for this, first of all, we have to understand about the beta chromosomal cycle. It means what are the various forms or the different forms in which this particular structure exists. So as we have studied during the mitosis and meiosis, we studied that is the cell cycle. So during that cell cycle, the important events in regard to the chromosomes that are taking place according to that particular cycle. So first of all, in G1 phase, when we are seeing this particular structure in the G1 phase, these particular beta chromosomes, they are appear like a thread like structures. They are appear like a entangled mast of the fiber, and that particular beta structure, that is named as chromosome. After that, during the S phase, these fibers beta, they replicate and they double their number. They increases their number by double. And in G2 phase, these particular beta chromosome, they start forming condensation. They start condensing. It means now the fiber, various fibers which are separated apart or which are loosely arranged, now they are starting to form a compact structure. And finally during the M phase, during the M phase of particular cell cycle, they are forming a beta exact structure, and that particular exact structure, that is named as chromosome. So in this M phase, there are various subphases, and these subphases beta, they are the prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So during the metaphase, this is the beta best phase at which we study these chromosomes. So this is the best stage in which we can beta study this chromosome in a very perfect way. Or in late prophase, either in the late prophase or in the metaphase, we easily study this particular structure, that is the chromosome, in a better way. And finally during the N phase, these chromosomes which are consisting of two different structure, two different parts, they are named as the chromatids. and these chromatids beta, they are separating from each other, and again beta in the G1 phase they comes in the chromatin structure. So first of all they are beta doubling, they doubles. After the doubling beta, then they are showing the compaction. After the compaction they are showing an exact structure, and that particular structure, that is the chromosome, and each chromosome that consisting of two different chromatids, and these two different chromatids beta, then they separate during the N phase of M phase, anaphase of M phase. So this is about the beta chromosomal cycle. So if you are talking about the structure, that is the chromosome, it means beta we are talking about the structure of these thread like structure, particularly during the late prophase or metaphase. So we are talking about the structure in these two different phases. Either we are talking about the metaphase or we are talking about the late anaphase. So if you are talking about the beta structure, the first of all come on to the chemical composition. Then if you are talking about the chemical composition, so this particular structure, that is the chromosome, they beta consisting of a DNA, and which is constituting about the 40% of the total constituent of this particular chromosome. ठीक है, तो एक पर्टिकुलर जो क्रोमोसोम जो है, अबाउट 40% ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर क्रोमोसोम दैट इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ DNA. Along with this DNA, there are present beta specific proteins, and these specific proteins beta they are named as histone proteins, and these histone proteins they are constituting about 50% of the total chemical constituents which are present in the chromosome. After that there is another type of proteins, and these proteins they are named as NHC proteins. So NHC proteins, actually these are the non-chromosomal histone proteins. So non-histone chromosomal proteins, non-histone chromosomal proteins, and they are consisting about beta about 8.5% of the total chemical constituents. In the same way, the RNA, the another nucleic acid, that is the ribonucleic acid, that is constituting about 1% of the total chemical constituents. And finally, along with this one beta, there are present certain lipids, certain ions, that is the calcium, magnesium or iron, and these different components beta they are present in the traces. ये जो components हैं, they are present in the traces. So it means you can say that, but if you are talking about the beta, if you are talking about the chromosome in terms of the heredity, so actually the component or the chemical which is mainly responsible for this transmission of traits, so this is the DNA, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the beta component which stores chemical information in the form of nucleotide. न्यूक्लियोटाइड की फॉर्म के अंदर ये क्या करता है भाई, केमिकल इंफॉर्मेशंस को स्टोर करके रखता है, एंड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन बेटा दैट इज ट्रांसफर टू द अनदर जनरेशन. सो दे आर फॉर्मिंग, दे आर द मेन कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स बाय विच these chromosomes beta they store genetic information, and by these different forms of chromosome during the chromosomal cycles they are responsible for transferring that information from one cell to the another cell or from one organism to the another organism. Along with this one, the number of the beta chromosome that also varies. That also varies from one organism to another organism. For example, you know that the number of chromosome in case of human beings, that is the beta 46. Okay. In the same way, if you are talking about the beta number of chromosome in case of rhesus monkey, that is about the 48. Okay. In the same way, in case of Pisum sativum or P, the number of the chromosome beta that is the 14. This number actually beta, this is the diploid number of chromosome. So 14 number of chromosomes beta they are present in case of Pisum sativum. In case of rice, you are seeing that is the number of the chromosome beta that is the 24. Along with this one, the corn, or you can say that the maize, that contain about the beta 20, there is a number of chromosome that is the 20. So this number beta that varies from individual to individual or from organism to organism. After that beta come on to the structure or the ultra structure of this chromosome. If you are talking about the beta ultra structure, so typically a typical chromosome having the various part, and these are the beta the pellicle, the another one beta that is the matrix. After that beta there is present the constrictions, and these constrictions they are classified into two types, that is the primary constriction or the secondary constriction. Along with this one beta there is present a fiber, and this particular fiber which is present inside this particular chromosome, and these fibers beta they are named as chromonimata. So a typical chromosome beta that have the different portion, and along with this one beta there is a present another structure, that is the telomere. So a typical chromosome beta that having the following part. In the center there is a present beta primary constriction, that is named as centromere. At the tip there is present telomere. Along with this one beta there are present the two different chromatids. So these are the typical parts of a particular chromosome. So first of all beta come on to the pellicle. Actually this pellicle beta, this is the outermost part of this particular chromosome. This is the pellicle. Earlier it was thought that this pellicle beta, this is a membranous covering which is present outside the chromosome, and that is named as pellicle. But now the recent researches have confirmed that this is not a beta membranous structure, this is not a membrane. Generally this particular pellicle term is used for the outermost part of this particular chromosome. तो केवल जो बाहरी जो पार्ट होता है, for that one we are using the term that is named as pellicle. After the pellicle beta then there is present a matrix. It means if we are taking a chromosome, and out of that chromosome, if with a beta precise technique, if we remove this particular DNA portion from this particular chromosome, अगर इस particular chromosome से अगर हम DNA portion को क्या कर देते हैं, remove कर देते हैं, तो after that beta there is a present a framework of this chromosome. Only a framework is beta left from this particular chromosome. That framework beta that is constituting, that is named as matrix. क्या कहलाता है भैया? Matrix कहलाता है. And this particular portion beta that is not taking any stain, that's why this is not the colored region. And this particular matrix that is beta consisting of the histone proteins, that is consisting of non-histone chromosomal proteins, that is consisting of RNA, and that is consisting of beta certain lipids and certain ions, that is the calcium, magnesium and iron. So this particular portion beta, this one is named as matrix. After that, inside this one beta there is a present a thread like structure, and this particular beta thread like structure, this one is named as chromonimata. क्या कहलाता है भाई? Chromonimata. On this chromonimata beta, that is nothing but that is fiber of DNA, and this DNA fiber beta that is present double in form. इसकी जो फॉर्म होती है वो क्या होती है? डबल होती है. इट मीन्स दीज फाइबर्स बेटा दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ए पेयर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. जैसे एक पेयर होता है, इसी तरह से जो फाइबर्स जो होते हैं बेटा दे आर अरेंज इन अ पेयर. किसके अंदर अरेंज होते हैं भैया? पेयर के अंदर अरेंज होते हैं. ओके. Along with this one beta, there is present another structure, and that structure beta that is named as constriction. And these constriction, actually this constriction region is nothing but this is the beta non-stained part or lightly stained region of this particular chromosome. Okay, when we are staining these chromosomes with a particular dye, for example acetocarmine dye, then we are seeing that there are certain places, these certain places beta they are lightly stained. It means there are certain portions, on that portions the region or you can say that the stain that is very much diffused, and this particular portion beta that is seen light. और ये कैसा दिखाई देता है? ये lightly stained region दिखाई देता है. These lightly stained regions beta they are named as constrictions, and these constrictions they are divided into two types. One is the primary constriction, another one is the beta secondary constriction. So as you know that the word primary and the secondary they are beta used on the basis of their importance. So there is a primary constriction, it means this type of constriction that is seen in beta in every type of the chromosome. Every type of chromosome there is constriction. This particular constriction, this one is named as primary constriction. Okay, this primary constriction beta, actually this primary constriction, this one is named as centromere. क्या कहलाती है भाई, ये सेंट्रोमियर कहलाती है। तो एक्चुअली सेंट्रोमियर दिस इज आल्सो बेटा रीजन ऑफ डीएनए, बट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर रीजन दिस डीएनए बेटा that is consisting of various highly repetitive DNA sequences, and these highly repetitive DNA sequences, they are diffusely present. That's why when we are staining the chromosome, so this particular location of the chromosome, that stain less. Okay, so this particular structure, this one is named as primary constriction. After that there is another reason of the constrictions where the stain beta, that is the light, and this constriction, that is named as secondary constriction. And this secondary constriction also divided into two different forms. One is the secondary constriction first, and another one is the secondary constriction second. So this secondary constriction first, this one beta, this is also named as NOR region. Actually this particular region, this one is named as NOR region, and NOR region is nothing but beta, this is nucleolar organizing region. This NOR region, that is nothing but this is named as nucleolar organizing region. It means this particular region, when a particular cell comes during the M phase or in the prophase, metaphase, anaphase or telophase, late prophase, metaphase, anaphase or telophase, the nucleolus beta disappear, and this nucleolus, that is arranging themselves in a particular structure, and this particular structure, this one is named as nucleolar organizing region. But when the cells divide and again it come into the interphase, this NOR region beta, that again forming the another structure, that is named as nucleolus. So you can say that this NOR region is nothing but this is the site, or this is the site at which the various constituents of the nucleolus are present, and they are form the nucleolus when the chromosome enters into the interphase. जब इंटरफेज के अंदर एंटर करता है तो ये क्या बना लेता है भाई, न्यूक्लियोलस बना लेता है. Along with this one, there is a secondary constriction type second. Actually this secondary constriction type second, this is not present beta in all the cases, but this particular constriction, there is also the beta some repetitive, highly repetitive sequences. These highly repetitive sequences, when they are studied under the gel electrophoresis, so they are highly, they move. So when we are seeing the beta gel, so they are seen in the form, or they give the appearance like a satellite proposal. जैसे सैटेलाइट को जब छोड़ा जाता है तो there are present some left particles, so there is a gap between the main chromosomal sequences, DNA sequences, and certain sequences of the beta secondary constrictions. This give the appearance with the satellite. That's why this particular region beta, this one is named as satellite. And if this particular region, this is named as satellite, और ये जो पर्टिकुलर जो रीजन जो होता है, सेकेंडरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन जो रीजन होता है, दिस वन इज नेम्ड एज सैटेलाइट. इफ द क्रोमोसोम, बिकॉज दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन ऑल द क्रोमोसोम, बट इफ दीज स्ट्रक्चर्स आर प्रेजेंट विद ए टिपिकल क्रोमोसोम, देन द क्रोमोसोम दैट इज नेम्ड एज सेट क्रोमोसोम. तो उस समय ये क्रोमोसोम क्या कहलाता है भाई, ये सेट क्रोमोसोम कहलाता है. Okay, so this type of beta structure, this one is named as secondary constriction type 2. After that beta, there is a presence of another type of structure, and that particular structure, that is the telomere. It means telomeres beta, they are nothing but there are the certain sequences which are present at the tip, and these are also the repetitive sequences, and these are also the repetitive sequences. So the tip part of a particular chromosome, that particular chromosome beta, that is named as telomere. And one important thing beta that is associated with the telomere is that this telomere beta, generally this telomeric sequences, they are not replicated with the typical DNA polymerase, which is replicating the all other region of the DNA or all other region of the chromosome. For this one beta, there is a specific enzyme, and that enzyme beta, that is named as telomerase, is used. And actually this difference in the replication of this particular end region, this is mainly responsible for the beta aging in organisms. तो ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर जो एजिंग का जो कंसेप्ट जो आता है, इफ यू आर टॉकिंग एट द मॉलिक्यूलर लेवल, सो दिस टेलोमेरिक रीजन बेटा, दैट इज मेनली रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द एजिंग इन ऑर्गेनिजम्स. तो दिस वन इज अबाउट द बेटा टिपिकल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ए chromosome. Now on the basis of the beta constrictions or the primary constrictions, or on the basis of the length of a typical chromosome, these chromosomes are categorized into the beta 4 different types, and these 4 different type beta, they are named as metacentric, submetacentric, Okay, metacentric, submetacentric, telocentric and acrocentric. So there are the better different type of the chromosome on which we can classify. ठीक है, acrocentric and telocentric and even the acentric one. If the position of the centromere that is in the mid, it means both the chromatids. So one of the chromatid beta, one of the arm that is named as P arm and another type of the arm beta that is the Q arm. The upper one that is denoted as P arm and the lower one beta that is denoted as Q arm. If the length of the both P and Q that is the same and the centromere is present in the center, then such type of chromosome beta, this is named as metacentric chromosome. At this stage, the chromosome, this one is named as metacentric. Another type of the chromosome beta that is named as submetacentric, as the name indicate. In this case, the length of the beta chromatid that is short, that is different. It means the length of the arm P and the length of the arm Q, that is not same, because the position of the centromere beta that is just above the metacentric chromosome. So it means the length जो होगी, the length of the arm P that will be short as compared to the Q. This type of chromosome beta, this one is named as submetacentric chromosome. After that, there is a present beta acrocentric chromosome. What happen in this case chromosome? In this chromosome, the length of the chromatid or the position of the beta centromere just above the half of the upper half. Half of the upper half. अपर आर्म है, इस अपर आर्म के हाफ से ऊपर होगा भाई. This type of chromosome beta, this one is named as acrocentric chromosome. Finally, there is a present beta chromosome that is named as telocentric chromosome. In this case, the centromere that will be present at the tip of the chromatids. It means the upper half that will not present on this particular chromosome. So on the basis of the type of the chromosomes, when these chromosomes beta they separate during the anaphase of the cell division, they are taking the various shapes. Either they will be present beta in the V shape, they are present in the L shape, they are present in the J shape, or they are present in the I shape. This occurs on the basis of the type of the chromosome. If the chromosome, a particular chromosome beta, they are of metacentric type, so they will the shape of V. If these beta, they are of a type of submetacentric chromosome, they take the shape of L. If they are of acrocentric type of chromosome, then beta they are named as shape J. And if they are of telocentric beta, they take the shape of I during the non-disjunction of chromosomes at anaphase. Okay, so they are taking the different type of shapes on the basis of the type of chromosome at the time of separation during anaphase of सेल डिवीजन. तो सेल डिवीजन के दौरान इस तरह की क्या आती है भाई, ये शेप्स अवेलेबल होती है. अलोंग विद दिस वन बेटा, समटाइम्स व्हेन दे सेपरेट द क्रोमोसोम्स क्या होते हैं भाई, सेपरेट होते हैं एंड देयर इज बेटा नॉन डिसजंक्शन, देयर इज अ अकरेंस ऑफ नॉन डिसजंक्शन. It means the chromatids are not separated and abnormal behavior came to an existence. और एक abnormal behavior आ जाता है भाई. If the abnormal behavior comes, sometimes certain parts of the chromosome or certain chromatids they separate without the taking the structure of centromere. At that time the chromosomes beta they are named as acentric. तो उस समय क्रोमोसोम क्या कहलाते हैं, acentric. तो these, remember that these acentric chromosome beta they are different from the acrocentric. They are different from the acrocentric. तो acentric means without centromere. तो यहाँ पे जो centromere ही नहीं होगा and such type of chromosome beta they are not able to survive for a longer time. Okay, so actually beta these they are formed due to abnormal behavior और ड्यू टू सर्टेन म्यूटेशंस, उनके कारण इस तरह का बिहेवियर इनके अंदर आता है. ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर बेटा क्रोमोसोम्स, दीज क्रोमोसोम्स दे आर बेटा एग्जिस्टिंग these particular chromosomes, they are packed and they are forming this type of structure, and this structure beta this occur due to the scaffold, and this particular scaffold or a framework, this is formed by beta two type of protein. One of the protein they are named as beta histone proteins, and another type of proteins beta they are named as non-histone proteins. Non-histone proteins. So actually these histone proteins beta they are the basic proteins. इनका नेचर कैसा होता है भाई? बेसिक होता है. These are the basic proteins and generally beta rich in two amino acid. These are the beta arginine and lysine. दो अमीनो एसिड ऐसी होती है जो इनके अंदर सबसे ज्यादा अमाउंट के अंदर मिलती है, एंड दीज एसिड्स बेटा दे आर नेम्ड एज arginine and lysine. And another thing is that the amino acid tryptophan that is generally absent. दो तो काफी ज्यादा अमाउंट के अंदर प्रेजेंट होती है, एंड वन ऑफ देम बेटा दैट इज द मिसिंग वन. तो इट मीन्स two of the amino acids they are rich in this particular chromosomal proteins which are named as histone proteins, and another one beta that is the tryptophan amino acid that is absent in this type of protein. These are named as histone proteins. So these histone proteins beta generally they are beta four, and these are they are the H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. ओके, तो H1 होगी, H2 होगी, H3 and H4, four different beta histone proteins they are present, and this H2 that is existing in H2A and H2B. Out of this one, this H1, ये भाई जो H1 जो है, this one बेटा this is tissue specific. ये कैसी होती है भाई? टिश्यू स्पेसिफिक होती है. ओके, इट मीन्स दैट इज वेरी डाइवर्स प्रोटीन. तो अलग अलग टिश्यू के अंदर जो H1 की जो कंपोजिशन जो होती है, H1 की जो सीक्वेंस होती है प्रोटीन की, दे आर द डिफरेंट वन. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर H1 हिस्टोन बेटा दिस वन इज द टिश्यू स्पेसिफिक. कैसी होती है भाई? ये टिश्यू स्पेसिफिक होती है. तो समटाइम बेटा क्वेश्चन आस्क दैट which type of histone that is the most diverse one. So this diverse one beta this one is the H1 because this type of beta protein this is the tissue specific protein. ये प्रोटीन कैसी होती है भाई? ये टिश्यू स्पेसिफिक प्रोटीन होती है. ओके, क्लियर. एंड दीज बेटा हिस्टोन, फोर डिफरेंट हिस्टोन्स दे आर बेटा फॉर्मिंग एन ऑक्टामर. ये क्या बना लेती है? एक ऑक्टामर बना लेती है, एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑक्टामर बेटा दैट इज forming a various type of structure, and these structure beta one of the structure that is named as nucleosomes, and these nucleosomes beta actually they are formed by this octamer of histone wrapped by the DNA. DNA के द्वारा क्या हो जाता है भाई? wrapped हो जाता है, और they are beta providing a structure that is a bead and string structure. कौन सी स्ट्रक्चर बनाते हैं भाई? bead and string structure बनाते हैं, and these bead and string structures when beta they are stained with a certain dye, there will be beta appearance of certain dark stained bodies, and these dark stained bodies beta they are named as chromomeres. और ये जो dark stained जो bodies होती है वो क्या कहलाती हैं? chromomeres कहलाती हैं. Okay, so don't confuse with the term that is the chromomeres and the chromonimeta. तो chromonimeta beta these are the fibers which are formed by the DNA, and the chromomeres these are also the beta fibers, but at this point beta there is compaction of these fiber. These structures they are named as chromomeres. Okay, so beta this one is about the typical structure of a chromosome, some of the important aspects which are associated with the ultrastructure of chromosome. I hope you enjoy this lecture very well. Thank you very much.